Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Overland Weekly, episode number 28. My name is Davey. I am your host. I appreciate your support wherever you are watching or listening to this, whether it's on YouTube or whether it is on your favorite podcast platform. We certainly appreciate you tuning in. One thing that we always try to cover on this program is we want to talk about the people, the places, and the events that make up the overlanding and off-road community, and particularly what makes it so special. So tonight's episode is unique in that we are going to touch on all three of those topics, the people, the places, and the events. And that's because we're going to meet with a husband and wife team, Matt and Caley Brueck, who are the owners and proprietors of Roam4Lo, located out of Northwest Georgia. And they really, Roam4Lo has grown as an idea, as an organization, and we're going to let them tell that story. But I think they cover all of that. They touch all aspects of the community, the people, the places, and most certainly the events. And we're going to talk about one of those events in particular that they've got coming. So let me bring them into the screen here. Hi, guys. How we doing?
Hello.
Howdy.
Good.
I think we've kind of wheeled in the same circle and with some common friends. But the first time we actually got to meet each other was here just a few months ago at the G-Smitter event. And I know this was the first time for you guys attending G-Smitter. What did you think about that event?
I had a blast. That was my weekend to finally take the truck and do my whole deal. So it was really fun and welcoming. So I already felt like I knew everybody pretty much, once I walked up, but it was a good time.
Yeah, I had a pretty good time. Obviously, I do not have a Land Cruiser, so I was not there. My truck is still down, but 10 out of 10 going back to the event, and definitely going to more some more events with those guys.
Awesome. Well, just as a reminder, now Matt's truck was down during the event. That's not why he didn't bring it, because you can bring a non-Toyota to the event. We'll let you come party and hang out as long as you can handle the jokes. So yeah.
Yes.
Hey, so guys, let's dig in a little bit before we talk about Roam4Lo and before we talk about the Terra Trophy Rally into your background, because you guys have been around motorsports, but a different type of motorsports. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I guess it started out at a pretty young age. I got into racing go-karts, and sorry, the dog's hanging out with us, but got into racing go-karts, and then things kind of escalated. My dad took me racing at a young age, and I started doing some track days and started a business, iTrack Motorsports, hosting track days, and things escalated from there to hosting drift events. And we've done that for the last 17, 18 years or so. And we're coming up on our last event, actually. So yeah, it's been a fun ride, but yeah, motorsports has been kind of something we've done day in and day out for pretty much most of my life, at least. Yeah,
mine started in NASCAR, but turned into the track days and the drifting. Okay. Well, sometimes there can be a disconnect between the NASCAR folks and the drift folks. That can be two different scenes. So. Oh yeah. But between that and then the circle track, it all kind of coexists a little bit. So yeah. Well, where did the off-road bug come into it? I mean, did you guys just wake up one day and say, I'm going to build a truck and start wheeling, and then Roam4Lo and everything else came to be, or what was the thought there?
Yeah. So no, so at a young age, my dad had a Nissan pickup, like a 01, 2-wheel drive, 4-cylinder. Definitely something you shouldn't take off-roading. And I would take it off-road and get stuck and blow out a tire and he really, hated me at that point in my life probably, but he gave me a vehicle that I, went out and did some exploring in, and I learned a lot, and that was kind of where I caught my bug, and I really liked the Nissan stuff. And as weird as it sounds, I was watching a video on YouTube of some guys in some Xterras and Frontiers, and they were out at Coal Creek, which is now Windrock Park. So this was right when the new Xterra came out, the second gen, and I kind of fell in love with the truck, and I wanted to buy one, and things escalated, and I came across a Pro 4X Frontier, and yeah, things have escalated over the years, and now it's kind of what we do full time.
So at what point, Matt, were you out there at a drift event, and did you start thinking, I need to do something similar, or I need to be able to turn the off-road world into a business?
I don't think it really started like that for us in the beginning. We originally created Roam4Lo as kind of, we were doing a lot of off-roading. I had already had my truck, and we were doing a lot of exploring, taking people for rides, and things escalated. We started having a bunch of people coming out and joining us and hanging out, and we felt like we needed to kind of maybe turn it into like a Facebook group or something, to where people get together. And then, it kind of escalated from there.
Because it kind of went from, like, I guess from what I saw, this kind of online community and social media handles. And then, like you said, you guys started putting out, we're going to do this ride, we're going to do that ride, come if you want to come. And well, people started coming. And now I drive around the Southeast, and I see like a truck driving down the road with a Roam4Lo sticker on the back of it. So
yeah. I think it just was a lot of people wanted to do it, to adventure, to do rides and hit all of these different trails and Forest Service roads, but were too weary to do it themselves, or didn't know where to start in preparing or route planning and all that stuff. So kind of having us do that part for them, and them just be able to enjoy themselves. It let us enjoy ourselves as well. So, yeah,
for sure. So you started with the rides. Well, you started with the community, and the community becomes the rides. And then at some point, I believe in the last couple of years, you decided, well, we need to open a shop and turn some wrenches and build some trucks. And it sounds like that's been a good endeavor. I know you've been extra busy with that, Matt, the past few weeks, it seems like, from your social media posts. So tell us how the shop came to be.
Yeah. So funny story. Austin, who is our lead tech and fabricator here, he was on a ride with us, came out to Mountains to Sea ride, and we hit it off, became good friends, and he started coming on a bunch of rides and kind of joined the Roam4Lo group, kind of helping out during guided rides and that type of thing. And he was working at a shop in North Carolina that specialized in Toyotas and Land Cruisers and that type of thing. And we kind of started around a campfire jokes about us starting a shop together, and what if we just quit all our jobs that we have now and go in this full time. And things escalated, and we actually did that. So 2 years later, we are here actually sitting inside the shop right now. So it's been an awesome adventure for sure.
And what kind of vehicles do you have primarily coming through the shop? Is it a mix? Is it Nissan heavy? Like what do you see coming through?
A lot of Toyotas.
A lot of Land Cruisers.
Yeah. I think there's 380.
There's 380s in the shop right now. We've got 240s. So a lot of Land Cruiser stuff. We do a lot of Nissan stuff. We're an authorized installer for Z1, so we get a lot of Z1 guys and other Nissan guys in the community. But yeah, we do a bunch of other stuff as well. Right now, we've got a Silverado, good guy in the community, Connor. He's got a GMT 800 Silverado that is getting some tons and 40s and links and some good stuff. So that's a really, really cool build that we're excited about.
Nice.
But yeah, we kind of do a little bit of everything. So.
Okay, so you guys are full service then, whether it's custom fabbed or whether it's bolting on a kit, you can do it. Awesome.
Anything but body work.
Yeah.
Body damage. Body damage.
Yes.
You guys are good at that.
We can put dents in your truck. Yeah, come out on a ride. We can change the body work for you, but we can't repair it. So.
What does the team look like now? So you mentioned the two of you in Austin. Has the team grown? Are there a few more of you?
So we've had some guys that have been in and out. Some good friends of ours that came and helped and worked out, and then found some really great jobs at other places that they couldn't turn down, and we're really excited for them to go find new opportunities. So. Right now, at the core, it's myself and Austin, and we've got some other guys coming in right now. One of them that has been here today has been doing a great job. So we're obviously looking to hire some more people and continue to grow. It's when we go out on our guided rides, we've got a couple of other guys. Ian Reeves, he's got an 80 Series Land Cruiser. He's been a part of this since the very beginning, and we typically see him out on the guided rides. He helps out here at the shop quite often as well. But we've got a pretty great team of people, and then the guys that join us on the rides that have kind of been there from the beginning. They've been a huge help in Bailey and Allen and some of the guys. They've been a huge help when we have some of the guided rides out west, and kind of keeping the group together and keeping us safe and making sure everybody has a good time. So.
Yeah, talk to me a little bit, if you will, about these guided rides, because I use the term guided rides when we're hosting G-Smitter just to mean a 4-hour ride out around some trails, but your all's guided rides are like we're going like thousands of miles, like this is a real deal.
We like to call those expeditions. A little bit longer than a guided expedition, if you will.
There you go.
So those are fun. I think it's really easy to just go run in something like the Georgia Traverse or the Alabama Adventure Trail, the FAT. There's a ton of great ones here in the Southeast, but that's something that happens a lot. You can jump on a ride with anybody, but there was a lot of guys wanting to go out west and wanting to see what it was about. But they're a little intimidated. Even to this day, we go some places that we feel a little intimidated. So, that's something that we really focus on, is those type of rides that are taking people out west, that we're out there for maybe 2 to 3 weeks at a time, and pushing the trucks pretty hard. More than just your typical overland type stuff. We're kind of really pushing the limits of what trucks that are driven on the street are capable of doing. Yeah. So, they're real adventures. We do some stuff that's a little easier here on the East Coast, but our main focus is on those big expeditions out west.
How many of those do you do a year now, or does it vary?
Okay, so we were doing 10, 12 a year. This last year we've done one maybe.
Okay.
So we took a year off. My truck's been down. Kaylee's truck has been
the workhorse.
and kind of.
Well, it's that's what it does. So
it does. Yeah. And so to try to, we went to King of the Hammers earlier this year and took the truck and beat on it pretty hard out there. And, we just decided that we needed to take a year off, go through the trucks and get them ready to be able to hit next year really hard. We wanted to scale up our rides. We wanted to do bigger stuff and go more places. And I think to be able to do that and being a lead truck that's supposed to guide people places, I think having a reliable rig is very important. And I think that, it was more important than us just going out there and winging it on rides. So, we've got the trucks down right now, and we're going through them. And then next year we're gonna hit it pretty hard.
So you've been making responsible decisions. That's what you're saying, Matt.
Yes. We kind of wanted to regroup on what we had going on, and I think it's really worked out this year, and it's built up a lot of excitement for what we got going on next year. So, we're stoked for what we got coming.
Awesome. Let's talk little bit about the trucks. Let's talk about the Frontier first, and I'll go back and put some pictures up over here for those watching it, so they can see what we're talking about. But give us the rundown on how this Pro 4X has evolved, Matt.
Yeah. So let's see, 8 maybe more years ago, I bought the truck. It had some mods done to it. I didn't really know anything about it. I was looking for an Xterra. So I got the truck and proceeded to go out and break tons of stuff, learn a lot about it, and make a ton of changes over the years. We've had camper shells, we've had racks, we've had flatbed. I'm going back to a bed now. We've gone from 33s to 38s, and now thanks to our friends at Mickey Thompson, we've got a set of 40-inch MTs underneath the truck right now, so we're excited to kind of show that off. But it's evolved quite a lot, and it has been a workhorse that has been absolutely bulletproof, and highly recommend this Frontier. So
nice. Caley, tell us about the old reliable 80 series.
Old reliable is about right. As long as the leaking oil is still, dropping, I know that it's good to go.
That it has oil? Yeah.
But yes, exactly. But it's pretty basic, just 2-inch lift, 35s, full skids and bumpers. I think everyone is kind of surprised when I say that it's open, considering some of the trails that we take it on. But I definitely think that is what gives it that pizzazz is pulling up, and everyone's like, wait, it's open, you don't have any lockers? I'm like, yeah, but just give me a minute. Like,
there you go.
I just need a few more tries, a little more skinny pedal.
Nice. I like that. I did not know that was an open truck, so yeah, that is surprising.
I was couple behind. I think we were on 22 at G Smitter, and I pulled up and everyone's like, just hit the locker. And I'm like, I don't have any of those. So sorry about that.
Well, you guys were talking about these trips out west, and you live here in the Southeast. So you've seen the terrain all around this country. Are there any, I don't want to say favorites, but are there any particular trails that are near and dear to your heart that you're like, man, we hadn't been there in forever, we got to get back?
We were kind of chatting. I think Lockhart Basin over there in Moab is definitely one of our first times out west. We hit that and, had breaks and took longer than expected. And, everything that could happen happened that trip, but that, to me, will stick out forever in my mind. So, and it's been a few years, and we're trying to kind of go through the schedule and see what's going to be on there. And we have to have that. That's near and dear to our heart for sure. Yeah.
Lockhart's a good one. I love the San Juan Mountains. I think that, it's hard to beat, all of those trails in that area. It's just absolutely beautiful. The Rubicon, I just went and ran the Rubicon for the first time last year, and that is a must-do trail.
Oh, yeah.
I think if you have the vehicle to do it, I'd say it's worth making the trip out there. We will be going back next year, and I think that there's tons of great trails up in Montana, Idaho area that are kind of like really untouched that we really have enjoyed. But yeah, I think people just need to get out there and go explore and find some. There's a ton of trails that nobody's ever heard of, and even local people that I've talked to didn't even know there was a trail there. and that we went and ran that are now some of our favorite trails. So we definitely, like, people just need to get out there, I think, and go explore and find some trails, because there's a lot of good ones out there.
When you guys go on these guided expeditions, have there been? I know there's obviously been plenty of failures and breakdowns and mishaps along the way. Are there any particular standout moments that you always tell the story and look back on as far as trail damage or trail repairs?
Joe was a good one.
Yeah, we've got a couple. I think our very first time out west. 4th gen V8 4Runner on 37s, gatekeeper, if you will, for Lockhart Basin. Broke a rear diff and tried to get it out, which ended up blowing up the transmission. So that was a leave a truck in Moab, fly home type deal. We had another good friend, Joe. He brought his trooper out, and we ran all through the San Juans. We drove up through Wyoming, and we were heading up towards Montana, and had a ring gear bolt come out and go through the diff, through the axle housing, and he was done. So that was another trailer home. We've had a few. Jason Platz's Porsche had a Porsche lose an alternator in the middle of Wyoming on the Wyoming BDR.
Nothing around.
You cannot get a alternator for a V8 Porsche Cayenne anywhere out west within 2 weeks. So put it on a carrier and shipped it home. So.
Yeah. So, okay. So if you're going to wheel a Cayenne or any Porsche, you might want to carry spare electrical parts with you. So.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, definitely.
Let's talk a little bit about the community aspect of it, because I know you guys have been passionate about that and about giving back and about the cleanup days and different efforts, trail maintenance. You've done several things like that. I know I've seen the post over the years. How has that been a part of the Roam4Lo story?
Yeah. When we first got into this, there was a lot of trails that were still open in Georgia that are no longer open now. And we started seeing our trails closed because of misuse. And so that was something that right off the bat that we really wanted to be a part of, was trying to keep our trails clean and keep our trails open. So, we've tried to do our part when we do guided rides. Of course, we try to clean everything up. If we go to a camp spot somewhere that we wanted to camp that we had marked, and we get there and it's full of trash, instead of leaving, we clean it up and we stay at that spot. And then, of course, we kind of evolved that into starting to do some cleanup rides. And it's I hate to say it, it's hard to make an impact. The amount of people that misuse the trails, we will go out and clean up an area, take out thousands of pounds of trash, and then 6 months later, there's more than we took out. And it's pretty tough, but we're going to keep trying to do our part and keep advocating to other people that they need to do their part as well. So.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's really frustrating. I've felt that same thing with different efforts at times. And then, even worse, to think you're doing an effort that's going to keep the trails open, and then they shut them down. Anyway, there is no worse heartburn than watching that. But that does not mean we will stop fighting, folks. We can sit and sulk for a minute, but you got to get back up and keep fighting. So.
Yeah. I think that we've been trying to talk with the Forestry Service about what we can do, and I know others have been doing the same here in Georgia, and I think things are heading in the right direction. Trails that you would see get repaired and then immediately ruined within a few weeks are now taking a year or two to get, where people are making their own trails off the side. So I think that we're starting to see a change here in the Southeast, and hopefully that means that we see some trails reopening and us working with the Forestry Service to be able to have more four-wheel drive options here in the Southeast.
I think the more attention that you bring to keeping the trails clean and it being the better thing to do and talking about it, that'll, for the next generation or the younger kids that are coming in, into overlanding and off-roading, it kind of sets the tone.
I do think there's some truth to that, Caley. I mean, I'm a little bit older than you guys, but there was no, when I was a teenager and out there wheeling, there was no like educational efforts.
No.
I didn't see like tread lightly or that kind of principles in place. So I hope that the next generations are able to learn something from that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny story. 2-3 weeks ago, I was at Colmont. Our club was doing a club ride there, and I was up there trying to get everybody lined up that morning. And I look, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar. And Matt comes walking up, and he's like, "Hey man, you got a valve stem?" And I'm like, "That's an odd question." But that brings us to the main topic of this episode, because Matt was out there doing some mapping for the Terra Trophy Rally. Did you get that tire fixed that day, Matt? I don't know if that worked or not.
I did. That worked flawlessly. We shoved that thing in there and hit the trail again, and we continued to wheel extremely hard. We even put some scratches from some rocks, really digging into that thing, and it never came out. So I'm very, very impressed, and I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. So I think it was Colby, the Colby emergency valve stems. There you go. Carry a couple of those. So.
Everyone needs to carry one of those with you.
All right, so let's talk about Terra Trophy. This is a big event. This is like a major thing. Like there's a lot of pieces and people and parks involved in this. When did you start dreaming this up? Like what were the origins of this idea?
So obviously my motorsports background kind of drug me into wanting to do something more adventurous, and we had attended some other rallies, and my dad had done some rally stuff with the SCCA, some road rally stuff. And, it always just kind of interested me, the rally side of things. And then, of course, Camel Trophy was something I've always been interested in. So I wanted to create something that was exciting, fun. So maybe 3-4 years ago, we started talking about it and how we could develop something to do this. And we kind of did a soft release on it a few years ago, and there was a lot of things that we needed to change. We never had an event. We only kind of posted it for a short period of time, just kind of the more rule book and that type of thing. And so we went back to the drawing board and kind of went over how we wanted to do this. And this year we decided that we wanted to drop the event, and we're very excited where things are going, and it has been a ton of fun from start to where we are now, and we're really excited for this year's event.
Awesome. Well, before we dive in, and I've got a whole list of things I want to talk about this event, but give us, for somebody listening, give us the 2-minute elevator pitch on what the Terra Trophy Rally is.
Okay, so it's an endurance rally event. So essentially, we're spreading it out over 4 days. You're going to get a GPX file that's going to include a bunch of different routes and parks, and you will have 4 days to try to complete all of those trails. They are definitely difficult. It's definitely not easy going anywhere at any place that you're going to be driving, but you're going to have 12 hours per day to map. So you're going to be recording it. And of course, at the end, we'll be checking it for accuracy to make sure that you followed the route and you completed everything and you did it within your time frame. But yeah, we've got 2 classes, small tire class with 37 and under, and then a large tire class for 40s and up. And yeah, it's kind of a battle of attrition. It is definitely going to be pushing the trucks. It's going to be pushing people, but it's going to be a ton of fun. We're going to have a big cash payout, and we'll have a bunch of other stuff going on, including some pre-runner stuff and on the short course at AOP. So, that's pretty much what to expect for this year's rally.
So AOP kind of serving as home base for this, or how does that look?
Yeah. So AOP is kind of home base for the rally. That's where things are. That's where we'll do all of our check-in. People will be dropping trucks and trailers, that type of thing. We'll start the rally there, and we will finish the rally there. All the pre-running will be done there. So that's kind of the home base for the rally. But we are covering a ton of miles through a ton of different places. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty good time outside of the park as well.
Awesome. And one of the things I believe is correct, if I'm wrong, tell me, but you've worked with all the places and parks that are involved in this. So all your park fees, passes, all that is covered. You don't have to worry about taking care of that individually.
Correct. Yeah. So it makes it really, really easy. You register. And then when you arrive to the event, you check in, you'll sign all your waivers for all the parks and that type of thing, and get checked in, get all your armbands and all your stickers and decals. We'll have a tech inspection, and then you're pretty much ready to go for the rally. So when you enter into a park, you can just wave and cruise right on in and do your thing and get out of there, or hopefully get out of there. And so it makes it really, really easy for anyone that's attending.
So is there am I understanding this, that you've got this GPX file and it's got waypoints on it that you have to obviously be within a certain distance of to check off. But is there a set route that you have to go from one to the other, or do you just have to check them off in whatever form you like?
Yeah, so that's what makes the rally interesting and a little different than some other rallies, is that we're kind of giving people the freedom to run it how they want. So, of course, when you get the rally map the week of, you'll have all of these trails, but there won't be any to and from connection points between some of the trails. So like some of the pavement sections or some of the gravel road sections, those will not be included. So it will be up to you to kind of map that of how you're going to navigate from one area to the other. And then also the how you want to run it. Do you want to start at south and run the rally north, or do you want to start north and run south? Of course, some trails are going to be directional, but yeah, it kind of gives you guys the freedom to run it how you want. There's some strategy behind it. Weather, I think, is going to play a factor into it. If we see any rain, of course, some of the places that do have deep water, you're going to have to plan around that. And I think that could throw a wrench in some people's plans.
Oh, yeah. But, I know of one in particular. So, yeah.
Yes. So it gives you kind of an idea of what's happening there. I think that it reduces trail traffic, so not everybody's heading in the same direction on top of each other every day. So it keeps things spaced out. You don't know where you're at, really with other people. You might pass somebody, but they could be ahead of you. They could be behind you. You don't know really where you're going to be at. I think that's going to make things exciting, and it's going to make for a good finish.
And so this is a speed. This is a race. This is a speed event, but speed legal as fast as you can go, I guess is the way to put it. Because
correct.
You'll penalize you if you try to run 120 down the interstate. We're going to find out. Is that how it works? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So essentially, we can look at somebody's GPX file and we can look at how fast they were traveling at X point. So we're going to obviously be reviewing people's maps, and we're going to be making sure that we're going to be clicking down highway sections and back road sections and just kind of reviewing to make sure that people are kind of minding their P's and Q's. I understand that there might be someone, 5 miles an hour over the speed limit here or there, but, if we see that you're doing, a 55 in a 25 mile an hour zone, we're going to obviously deduct big points. And if we see excessive speed, someone doing 120 miles an hour down the highway, something, you'll probably be disqualified for that. So there's definitely restrictions on that. Even in some of the parks, they have speed zones, and there's some parks that you'll have to be driving through the campground, and we're going to be reviewing that for speed in the campground and making sure that they are following those speeds. So it's no different than if you're at a road race event, you're going to have pit speeds and that type of thing. So in areas we're going to have it marked off that in this area, this is a very strict speed zone. And if you're even 2 miles an hour over this speed, you're going to get deducted big points, because that our focus is on the trails. And speed, I think that speed is going to hurt some people. I think if you don't have a very built vehicle that's capable of doing something like this, nearly an Ultra 4 truck, I think speed will end up costing you. So that's kind of how we manage some of that.
Well, it's interesting with the two classes, with the small tire, big tire class.
Oh my goodness! I'm sorry. There's a guy driving down the road in a Mustang, and his hood just flew up right in front of our shop.
Well, that's entertaining.
Yeah, sorry. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye and started laughing.
Okay,
but he's good. So
he's good.
Anyways.
Well, I'm sorry, folks. We don't have video of that. We can send Matt out to film it and come back. Yeah. Well, so if you're going to run the Terra Trophy Rally, make sure that your hood latch is in working condition.
Yes.
Yes.
So, no, I was thinking, with the two classes, with the small tire and the big tire class, and the speed factor and all the road miles that are involved in this, both sides have their advantages, disadvantages.
Yeah. I think that, there's going to be a lot of guys. The builds will definitely stand out. I think a guy that has a truck that's really well built for the rocks is going to do really, really well especially at places like AOP. But obviously it's going to hurt them on the road. For those that want to run really low pressures, especially if it rains, being here in the Southeast, you know how it is. It's very, very slick. And I think, you'll see a lot of people wanting to run really low pressures, but that's going to hurt you on the pavement. Do you take the risk and run higher pressures or not have to air up? Right. There's going to be a lot of strategy there with that. So I think that, I think we're going to be surprised with the vehicles that end up coming across the finish first. I think that it's not going to be the most built vehicle. I think it's going to be the most rounded, and the guy that takes his time and does this right. So,
well, talk about the vehicles. I'm sure you have some minimum requirements. So let's talk about that, and let's also, kind of talk about what you think a properly equipped vehicle for this challenge looks like.
Yeah. So for all the vehicles, they have to be road legal. You got to have a tag, insurance, lights, turn signals, brake lights, that type of thing. Of course, they need to be safe. We require everybody to carry a fire bottle. Obviously first aid kits and that type of thing, everything that you would typically see in a rally environment. And then from there, it's pretty much wide open. So we've got trucks that are pretty stock. We've got some Jeeps that simply just have a lift and some rock sliders and some tires. And then, we have trucks that are pretty close to what you would consider an Ultra 4 truck. So I think there's something kind of in between, being that you have to camp out for the rally. I think that is going to be tough for the guys that show up with no windshields and that type of thing, that are in a proper, race rig in the big tire class. I think from personally just coming off of running the small tire and how difficult it was, and how, even with just a little rain, how just it wore us down. I think those that are sleeping out in the rain and that type of thing, it's going to be tough. So yeah, but it's open to everybody. Anybody can run it in any type of vehicle. We've got all types of trucks, from, like I said, basic trucks to fully built rigs. But Yeah, I think it's good for everybody as long as you got a good working winch and some sliders and some skid plates. I think that anybody can finish it if they drive smart and put together a good map. So.
Yeah, I love that that aspect of it, how you've kind of built this around the option for kind of an any man type build. It doesn't you don't have to be a big dollar budget build, because there's obviously other rallies and events that, unless you're rolling in with $100,000 truck, you're not really going to participate. And you've made sure it's not that way. So that's cool.
Yeah. I think for us, in the drift world, we everybody wants to run Formula Drift, and that's just kind of out of reach for most people. But there's some other smaller events that happen throughout the year in around the U.S. that bring massive amount of people together, really quality drivers, really quality cars, but it's not in that pro level environment. And because of that, it makes it a lot more affordable. The cost of entry with your vehicle is much less. So that was kind of what we wanted to do in creating this, was kind of create some type of motorsports environment, but obviously keep it safe, create boundaries, but allow anybody that's built a truck. We got guys out here, for a lot of us, we're spending tens of thousands of dollars to make our trucks perform. And this gives people an opportunity to go do that without having to build a race team and go run something like King of the Hammers. Yeah.
And talking about the affordability, obviously this hobby is not cheap for most of us. But the registration fees, the event fees for this, I don't remember what they were off the top of my head, but I looked, and you guys are very reasonably priced for the event that you're putting on, especially to offer cash prizes at the end of it. So it's really cool how you've set that up.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, we wanted to just keep it affordable, let people be able to come have a good time without breaking the bank. But because you might be breaking your truck instead, so
yeah,
save you a little money.
You're going to pay for it one way, maybe not in entry fees, but you'll pay. Hey, so let's talk about the kind of the lodging aspect of it, because you mentioned this earlier a little bit. There's no Marriotts on this route for you to check into. What's that game look like, and how does that fit into the strategy of the path that people choose?
Yeah, so of course you're given that 12-hour window each day to rally. So strategy plays a factor where you're going to be camping. You're going to be camping on the trails every night, or in a parking lot, an off-road park, or at in a Walmart parking lot. I don't know where you might end up, So I think strategy plays a huge factor into that of where you think you're going to be in 12 hours and if there's camping available in that area. And I think what makes it really hard is that if you find yourself deep into a location, let's say at an off-road park, and you're on the very back of the park and it's pretty difficult to get to that location, and your 12 hours are up there, now you're going to have to wheel out, find somewhere to camp, and then you're going to have to wheel back in and start your recording there to complete that route. So the camping is going to be difficult. I think those that really strategize that are going to make it easier on themselves and reduce their risk of breaking something. But some of the places have a lot of great camping, and I think for nearly everybody on the rally, at some point they're going to be able to camp on a river or in some really great location. So there's going to be great camping along the way for sure, no matter where you end up. But I think that there also could be days where you find yourself in a pickle, especially if you've had a bad day and your timing's off, where you could find yourself, maybe wheeling for another 4 hours, not recording, just to find yourself to a camp spot to have to just turn around and go back the next morning.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wasn't it Tyson that said everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face? And, that's kind of what these adventures are all about. So.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see it on those big jobs.
All right. Another piece of the strategy puzzle is you're allowing individual participants as well as teams, right? Talk about how that works.
Yeah. So seems like over the years we figured out that 2 trucks is probably the most efficient way to get through somewhere. having an extra set of eyes, someone to help you with winching. That's where the speed comes in. And we had a lot of guys that were wanting to run solo. We've kind of went back and forth, and we decided that to keep things fair, we'll do a solo team of one vehicle, or a team of 3 or more. There's, I think, advantages and disadvantages to both. We just went and ran, did all the pre-running. We tried to run start to finish solo, and it was very challenging solo. But I think that there was also advantages to that if we had someone with us, we might have been there twice as long. And so, yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to see, who comes out on top with that. But we're going to be doing payouts for both of those guys. So we're really excited about that. So if you're even if you're finished 5th, but you're the first solo guy to come across, you're still gonna take home some money for that. So we're pretty excited to kind of see how that plays out.
Yeah, that's neat. I could see that adding a whole nother dynamic to it. The internal team drama. Everybody's always stretched thin when start breaking parts, and things happen. That's talking to you. So you're going to give out a GPX file, and for those that don't know, a GPX is a standard file type extension that works in multiple mapping platforms. So I guess it's up to the individual which app or which software or how they want to record that GPX. Is that true?
Yeah, that's correct. So we'll allow people to use both Onyx and Gaia. They seem to be very similar, and we get kind of the same data. So that makes it really easy on us to go back and review some of this, as well as importing the files. So it makes it pretty easy. Of course, Onyx is the official navigation sponsor of the rally, so there will be advantages to running Onyx. Of course, there's some off-road parks and such that you might see on there, or some trails that you might see on there. And so that gives you a big advantage by having Onyx. Of course, anyone that registers for the rally gets 50% off of their subscription for Onyx. So I think that there's definitely some advantages to that. But of course, even when we record the rally, we use both Onyx and Gaia, and just for accuracy and to make sure that both platforms are going to work. And we like using both platforms. So even if you're a big Gaia fan, it will work just as well for you. And yeah.
Yeah, and I think the other aspect of the tech portion is, you've got to obviously you don't need a cell signal to track the GPX, but you got to keep that phone charged, and you got to keep track of it. And there's that whole portion as well, because electronics seem to often die out on the trail. So. Yeah,
at the most I was going to say inconvenient times. And,
this, I would say that this when we ran into each other, was probably the longest my phone has ever stayed charged. I somehow kept it charged for the entire rally, and it never died on me once, and I recorded the whole thing. So I was very proud of myself for that. So I don't know if under the pressure of the rally, if I was solo, if I could, keep it charged and not lose it or something. So
right.
That'll definitely be something people got to mind.
Talk a little bit about your sponsors. You mentioned Onyx, but I know you've got some other big names. You've got Z1 and Outlaw, I think, and who else do you have that's in on this endeavor?
Yeah, so our friends at Z1 jumped in and sponsored the small tire class, and we're super excited to have them. They also have a team. Outlaw Off-Road Atlanta jumped on for our big tire class, and we're really excited to have them. They are also going to be competing in the big tire class with a Jeep on 40s. So that's going to be really exciting to have them out. Race Treads signed on as our sponsor for the pre-runner stuff, which I'm sure we'll talk about here in a little bit. But we're really excited to have Race Treads. They're cutting a lot of great deals on tires from all different manufacturers for everybody that's a part of the rally. So huge support from our friends at Race Treads. Big Five Overland is our communication sponsor, so they've been a huge help with helping us. And when we're out there on the trails, we're going to be using a lot of their equipment to be able to communicate with our staff as well as media. So that's been a huge help there. Trail Hunters Miami, they jumped in for our social. So on Tuesday night, after we have tech and drivers meeting, we're going to have a big hangout with all the drivers so they can chat, hang out, and strategize and see who wants to work together and see who doesn't, and just have a good time and kind of set a tone for what's going to happen. Just, everybody just have a good time and work together. So we're really excited to have such a great shop that's going to be doing that. And they're also going to be competing in the big tire class, Danny Diaz and his truck, which we're really excited to have him out. And then feel like we're missing somebody here.
Well, it's officially dropped.
It's not intentional if we left somebody out.
We if we left somebody out, we're really sorry. But we've got just a lot of great sponsors that have jumped on board that are really excited to help everybody out. And I think this is a great opportunity for people for these sponsors to give back to people in kind of like a more of a motorsports based situation. And, there's tons of opportunities for, with future events that these sponsors want to get more involved and helping out teams and that type of thing. So I think we're really excited to have everybody that we have on board. And,
I think a lot of the people too are active in the community as well too. So they're, know a lot of the other, companies and manufacturers and stuff too. So bringing them all together is going to be a good aspect.
Yeah, that's awesome. You mentioned, Matt, the pre-runner aspect of it. So you've got a special pre-runner thing. I want you to talk about that. And I believe you've got like some other festivities happening on Sunday. I believe Sunday's when it wraps up back at AOP.
Correct. Yeah. So a really fun aspect that we've added to the event, our friends at Southeast Pre-Runners, Mitch Davis and those guys, they've been wanting to do an event here in the Southeast, something kind of fun. And we decided, hey, let's put everybody together. When we go out to King of the Hammers, we got all the pre-runners and we got all the crawlers and everybody together. And it's just a really good time. So we wanted to kind of bring that vibe out here on the East Coast. So they're going to be setting up the short course at AOP. So if you've been there for the Ultra 4 race, you've seen the course that they have there. So we're going to be making some changes to that. That's really good for the pre-runner guys. And we're going to be having that open. And then we're also going to be on Friday doing a pre-runner rally. So we're going to do a single day rally for those guys. That's going to be more gravel road type thing, but that's going to be a really fun navigation rally for them as well. And then, Saturday night, it's going to be wide open on the pre-runner course. And we're going to be doing ride-alongs and, have it lit up and music. And it's going to be a pretty good time. So, we're excited about that. And then, Sunday, we're going to finish it off with our Sunday Fun Day ride. So Over the Mountain Cruisers, they are sponsoring our Sunday ride. So we're really excited to have them out there. And that's open to everybody. So a lot of our guys that still have a vehicle still put together, we're going to be media and staff and friends and family and all the race rigs, small tire, big tire. We're all just going to go out, go cruise around the park, have a good time, just tell our stories about, how our weekend went. Probably just have a really relaxing day, but we're really excited for to kind of end it out with a nice day on the trail.
That's awesome, and that's who we left out was OTM was Cole. Yep. So sorry, Cole.
Sorry, OTM.
They're a great bunch. Cole's a really good guy. He's done amazing things growing that shop. If you don't know the OTM story, you can go back. I think it was about 20 episodes ago that we sat down and talk to Cole.
Yeah.
They've helped me in a pinch on the trails before when I've been stuck on.
We've broken an axle shaft and they've saved the day, and they let me use their lift when I was heading out west, and I made it to Birmingham and had to bum their lift to fix something real quick before I went out there. So those guys have been awesome. So we definitely highly advise people checking those guys out. They've been lifesavers for us, and we even own a 4-wheel drive shop, and we know how it goes. Like, you know, we have guys that come to us, but they've been very open arms for us to bring us in and help us out when we've been in a pinch. So
absolutely. Can we talk about? Do you know how many teams you have or vehicles we have registered so far? And is there a limit? I'm sure there's a date, a time. If you're interested in getting registered for this, you need to do so. Or do you have a vehicle limit? What's that look like?
Yeah, so we're capping the rally at 100, which is a pretty high number. But it's capped at 100 right now. We're about 35 vehicles or so. We're within our 30 days to register, right? I think we've got about 27 more days. It'll be on the 4th of September. So we're kind of crunch time for those that want to register, but we obviously we know of a massive amount of people that are going to be signing up here in this short period of time. So we've already seen a huge influx. So we're really excited for it to keep growing. So if you're planning on coming out and participating, definitely get registered within the next 25 days or so, because registration will be closing. We want to make sure that everybody gets their shirts and their decals and that type of thing. So we just want to make sure that we get things here in time. So registration closes pretty early. So if you're planning on coming out, get in ASAP.
And one thing, Matt, you touched on it, but just to make it clear, so on Sunday, kind of that Sunday fun day, that's open to the public, correct? So even if you didn't participate, if you're in the area, come hang out on Sunday.
Yeah, so even to be a part of the rally, or to come out and be a part of the event, if you will, it doesn't cost anything but your AOP park pass. So come into AOP, get your pass, get your camping stuff. Come out and enjoy the event. We'll have obviously trucks coming in and out of the park, that some guys that are putting AOP in the middle of the rally or whatever, you'll see trucks coming through. Of course, we're going to have all the pre-runners out, which is probably the biggest spectator thing you can do in 4-wheel drive here in the Southeast, seeing a bunch of, long arm 2-wheel drive LS swapped Rangers, sending over 50-foot, jumps. So that's going to be a really good time. Come hang out. We'll have vendors, music, food. And then, of course, like Saturday night, you just come hang out. Those that want to do ride-alongs, find a truck that has an open seat that's looking to take people and hop in a truck, go get an experience of what it's like to fly through the air in a truck. And like I said, it's all free. And of course, the OTM Sunday Fun Day is free. So come into the park, even if you miss the whole rally and you can only come up on Sunday, come hang out. A lot of the rigs will still be there that competed in the rally. So you can check out a lot of really cool trucks from, all around the country. And then, hang out, go for a ride and see what AOP is all about.
Awesome. Well, Matt, I know, you came from the drift world and you grew those events. And then you said, a couple of years ago, you had 10, 12 expedition rides going out. You took a break. You're doing this. I can't help but think, I know you soft launched this before, and now we're kind of diving in, that your mind is not, your wheels are already turning as to how this can grow and what this could spawn. Is that true?
Yeah, for sure. We immediately, the second that we dropped it, we knew that we needed to start figuring out what we're going to do in 2026. We knew that we wanted to expand, and then after speaking with some of our sponsors and what the future of this might look like, we're definitely going to be adding more. There will be a West Rally next year in Utah. That's about as much as I can say. If you know Utah, you can kind of get an idea of where things might be heading. But we're really excited to kind of work on something out west and get that together. we don't have any dates or anything that we can say too much more than that, but we're definitely working on a West rally. And of course, we want to expand this into other places around the country, give more people opportunity to do this within a shorter distance from them. Of course, our West guys have been begging us already. They're like, man, I really want to come and do this, but why do you have to be, 35, 40 hours away from me? So, so we're already working on what 2026 and 2027 looks like, and continue to expand this and work with our sponsors and bring more on board and really just give the community something everybody can get involved in, whether you're a sponsor, a driver, a friend that just wants to ride shotgun, get everybody involved in something that's fun and friendly. And
I love that you guys are so. I love that you guys are so passionate about the community portion of this, and I'm bummed personally because this event falls on our family beach vacation this same weekend this year. So, but now you said 2026, 2027 is getting planned, so I got to plan around that next year. We'll have to shift the family trip. So, yeah,
for sure. Yeah, we when we dropped this one this year, we really screwed up. It's the same weekend as Expo East, so I know that's really hindered us. But we have a lot of guys still coming. Our Z1 friends decided to split everybody up, so I really appreciate them doing that. And then it's also the same weekend as Trail Hero out in Utah. So a lot of our West Coast friends that have big commitments couldn't get away from those. So next year we will definitely be planning a little bit better so that we can go and attend those events as well. And then that gives the opportunity for those people to come out to ours. So.
Well, it's difficult. There's so many great events and fun things happening, and none of us intentionally try to step on each other's toes. But there's only so many weekends on the calendar, and to make everything work. And you guys know what it's like. Coordinating parks and places and logistics it's limited. So
it's pretty tough. Yeah, we're all the years of drift events and trying to plan around events that are happening around the country, especially when we have events that are, really large scale. They bring guys from all around the U.S. and Canada. It's trying to logistically figure out when it's supposed to happen and how all that's supposed to work. We're kind of used to it. So I think that's why another reason why we jumped into this. We really enjoyed it. It's something we've been doing for a long time, and it kind of transferred over. And so it's made things a little easier on us, but it's definitely still a lot to figure out, but we enjoy the heck out of it.
Good deal. All right. Well, before I let you guys go, we have to go through the rapid fire question to wrap up here. Yep. All right, Caley, I'm going to let you go first. Favorite trail snack?
All right. I might get some flack for this, but Lunchables. You can't beat them, especially if it comes with the Capri Sun and the Oreo.
Well, you know who else said Lunchables was Marvin from Flex Rocks and Rollovers. That's his go-to. So,
see, he knows the trick.
See, Marvin knows what's up.
He knows the trick.
Yeah. All right, Matt. Favorite snack on the trail?
I really like peanuts and corn nuts. I know that's weird, but I just love munching on some peanuts or some corn nuts and just bumping along and down the trail. That's my go-to snack.
They're the worst smell. I'm like, I always know when he opens the bag. I'm like, no.
Oh, they're delicious, but they smell like feet. Like there's no way around it. Yeah.
They do. I love it though. I don't know why.
All right. If you could only listen to one artist or one album while you're on the trail for the day, what are you queuing up?
I like all genres of music, but I think anything Blues Traveler is a good go-to. You can cover all the different emotions.
There you go. Okay.
That's hard. I would say I'm a big Rufus Del Sol fan.
Okay.
I really like jamming to some that type of music when I'm out west, but I'm also when I'm East Coast, it's full send in it, it's pouring down rain. Might need some some type of Leonard Skinner or something playing, some nice good rock playing.
I mean, you guys are from Georgia, so yeah.
Yeah, it's in our roots.
Anything Southern rock.
There you go. All right, DeWalt or Milwaukee?
Milwaukee all day.
I was gonna say Milwaukee.
You guys are a Milwaukee shop, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she won all that Milwaukee stuff.
I won it.
I forgot you won it at the G Smitter raffle. Yeah, it was a nice prize. Yeah.
Yes, thank
now
you guys
all I'm missing is the fan. So to go with all my other stuff.
Yeah, she's dropping hints. Yeah, birthday, Christmas ideas. Yeah. All right. I know what both of your vehicles are, but if you have your choice, manual or automatic for hardcore off-roading.
I've tried to drive Austin's truck, and it's manual, the pickup, and I can't get the hang of it. I think it would take me a while because I see how much fun everybody has in a manual with their wheeling. But for now, I'll say automatic. But
I would say automatic probably. It's just easier. It's less work. Austin's truck is a lot of work to wheel. But it is a lot of fun. I think if I was doing a lot of day trips, I think a manual would be more fun. But, 2-3 weeks of wheeling across the country, I got to go with the automatic.
Fair enough. All right. Last question here. And this is a brand new question I've just added in. You guys are the first to answer it here.
Ooh.
So finish the sentence. If I had to switch primary rigs, I would buy a blank. So if you got to get rid of the 80 or all right, she didn't have to think about that. I stepped on top of her. You said a K5.
She talks about it all the time.
All right.
I literally was talking about this with someone else earlier in the shop. If I had to do it all again and buy another truck, I would buy another 2014 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. I don't know. I'd maybe a 200 series.
200 would
maybe a first gen Tacoma, solid axle swap, a first gen Tacoma. I don't know. I love my truck so much. I'd probably have to stick Nissan. Maybe buy an Xterra, but yeah.
There you go. He might switch it up and buy an Xterra, folks.
Yeah. Frontier for life.
I'm sure Ethan's very excited right now listening to you say that. Frontier for life. There you go.
Yeah. No, we always have a good time when we're out wheeling. Sorry, Ethan, about the drive shaft that one time, but
I heard about that.
It's stronger now.
Hey, now we both have steel matching drive shafts, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. But I love listening to all those guys the other day. It's a great group of guys, and the Nissan community is awesome. So super happy to have a Nissan.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on and informing everybody about this. I wish you nothing but the best of luck with the Terra Trophy Rally and everything that you've got coming. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And so you guys may have to come back on after this rally has transpired and discuss how it all played out, because I know it's always different. Before the event, we can talk about what the event's going to be. And then after the event, we can talk about what actually happened. And sometimes it can be different. So,
we know that there's going to be a lot of, growing pains with the first one. But that's just going to make next year even better, better for the community and all those involved. So, and of course, next year you'll be able to attend too.
There you go.
No, we're super excited for where it's going. And, I think that there will be less people finish than they think. I think that the attrition rate is going to be very high. It is going to be difficult, but I think it is going to be probably one of the most fun things. But once it's all said and done, I think people are going to say it's the most fun thing. Rewarding thing they've done. And we're really excited for people to be a part of this first one.
Well, you heard it right there, folks. If that doesn't make you want to go register right now, I don't know what will. So go check it out.
Come hang out.
Thank you, Matt and Caley. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.